also outside hitter. Marty Sharp, preseason All-Conference USA. Tomorrow, Otene in defeat. A 23rd career double-double against the Bruins as Bertolino sends it in and we are underway. Marissa Mendez block touch, that's kept up. Kind of an interesting opening match as the net violation gives New Mexico State the first point. In that opener versus UCLA for Michelle Collier, they played a 5-1 in the first set. They lost 25-20. They switched to a 6-2, and they dominated sets 2 and 3 against UCLA, 25-10, 25-11. But then UCLA was able to find its bearings without their top outside hitter, Sheridan Leverett. They took set 4 and then won 16-14 in set 5. Not the outcome Michelle Collier wanted. A lot to grow from, though, in that opening match.
Coach Collier knows how to run an offense, shows a lot of experience as a player herself. Now switching up, mixing what is needed, going against an amazing player that you're seeing all around. Star Williams, no shock she's getting the first swing. Mike Jordan's done an excellent job in his recruiting.
Yeah, just quality combination for Mike Jordan, a legend in Las Cruces, 27th season at the helm of the Aggies, led them to a 21 wins a season ago before they bowed out in the Conference USA Tournament Championship. And that one is sprayed wide by Otene. Point New Mexico State, and the Aggies open the 3-1 lead. You see Tamara Otene, preseason All-ACC, a team-high 16 kills, 10 digs, 2 aces in that loss to UCLA. The bump set by Otene to Mendez, and she finds the seam on the deep cross.
That was an excellent serve by Claudia Rossi, going low and flat. Georgia Tech mixing up, saying, okay, we gave Otene a couple shots. Let's go with Mendez, putting a dime to that deep corner.
What'd you make of that opening performance from Georgia Tech?
You know, Georgia Tech was solid when they had a very balanced offense running in the middle. I thought Anna Dotson, the middle for UCLA, did a great job shutting down the middle attack and would force Georgia Tech to run just the pin game. But you're loving what you're seeing tonight. Just already some mixed up shots. Good swing by Ashley Herman on the outside. Watch her go up on a triple block. Georgia Tech was ready, but nice off speed off the hands.
Going sharp inside the block. Herman, 12 kills at 667 versus Coastal Carolina. That was one shy of a career high, as that one again, Aaron from the pin, and make it 5-2 New Mexico State.
Tamara Otene, so solid and strong. She knows she's a go-to player. When she settles into the role and gets her game going, she can take over a match.
The service by Amin. Off the back set. Amin there for the dig. Nice one-handed dig by Bertolino. Slot attack, catches some hands late, and the side out for Deandra Pierce for the Yellow Jackets.
Pierce that took that one, a slide attack behind the setter. That was a first sweet dig extension, one-hand layout by Bianca Bertolino, and the slide attack, it was like, thank you for touching that. Ball taken long, Rossi got her left hand on that ball.
Yeah, you can tell Rossi couldn't get the hand off the stove in time. Great cover there by Velez, leads to the line shot and the kill for the Yellow Jackets, and one more for Larissa Mendez, the sophomore.
Coach Collier with her assistant, Coach Claudio Pinheiro, doing an excellent job saying, what do we need today? They're able to stick in the 5-1. Mendez, who just attacked that second ball out of the right side, an offensive threat in the back row, and then when needed, that 6-2 two-setter option is ready.
This freshman All-ACC a year ago. As Otene records the ace, it's a 3-0 spurt by the Jackets. We're tied at 5.
Otene being a senior on the court, you see those first 3 swing errors, no reaction from Coach Michelle Collier. She knows what she can do, just settle it into the match.
Oh, and gets the ace off the tape. Georgia Tech had 9 aces in that 5-set loss to the Bruins. Otene contributed 2 of them for the preseason All-ACC outside hitter. Georgia Tech was 4th in the ACC last year in aces per set. It wasn't just Bertolino with the nice sliding cover there. And does that kiss the corner? It does from Mendez. She is dialed in And all of a sudden, Georgia Tech has ripped off 5 in a row.
As a right side attacker, you want to perfect that right corner to attack to, because the setter normally plays that right back location. She does not shift as a defender to the corner. Corner shot's open.
Overpass, thumped down by Pierce. And Mike Jordan up off the bench. I think he wants to restore order and call timeout. It has been Otene from the service line. It's been Mendez from the pin. And it was Pierce from the middle. A 6-0 run for the Yellow Jackets and an 8-5 set one lead in this first ever matchup between Georgia Tech and New Mexico State. One more look at the kill from Pierce. And the Jackets up early in set one.
You have New Mexico State returning every starter. That creates that team unity. You know what you do day out, day in and day out in practice. Speed sets to one-on-one swings. You got to go fast against this Georgia Tech block. Provide that one-on-one opportunity for your hitter. And then for Georgia Tech, that balanced offense, getting the middle going. You want to go to your pins, of course, back row game, but getting the middle going every set is key. And then transition. Georgia Tech dominant in digs. We know they can play that defensive game, but getting that transition kill termination is key for the Yellow Jackets.
Which was something that was erratic for them in their opener versus UCLA. Following the service here, junior college transfer Sophia Velez floats it deep. Almost an overpass, a snug set. And the up by Velez. Bertolino now. The pipe, Otene. It was slowed at the net and dug by Markham. Arguably the best libero in Conference USA. She won Libero of the Year in the league last year. Georgia Tech was out of sync. Leads to a free ball for the Aggies. Can they take advantage? Mendez has been hot early, and she jams it through for the point.
That's a transition game from Georgia Tech. Excellent dig out of middle back by Otene. And the kill. Great put-up swing. Going again to Mendez to put away the kill.
Just before the double block could close, it's already a 4th kill for Larissa Mendez. Sharp steps into it. She can fly. Over on 2, the dig by Rossi. Popped up to Herman, but has it turned back by Mogridge and Bertolino.
Mogridge is working so hard. 0 on your screen, closing antenna to antenna. Gets up 2 on this, so that's a different look. Nice read on that block set up by Bertolino, but showing 4 hands is so key. Good work, Mogridge.
6 block assists against UCLA the other night. Pinpoint precision there on that deep cross by Herman. Ashley Herman, the junior from Bakersfield, California, and Star Williams, the redshirt junior from Ontario, California. They combined for 26 kills against Coastal Carolina Keeley. 0 errors, and they hit 604 combined.
Insane, just insane numbers. When you have 2 hot hands like that are locked in the zone, you keep feeding them as a setter.
And that's not against the JV team either. They did that against Coastal Carolina, the reigning Sun Belt champions. A .394 hitting percentage for Mike Jordan's team in the opener. But a 3rd service error of this opening sent Georgia Tech on the line, up 5. Off the backside, wow. What an up. Mendez, does she have the seam? Oh, Markham laying out. And now Mogridge swats it for the kill. Right up to us.
Andy had the catch and the dig. Incredible defense on both sides. One-hand save.
You know, I don't often ask for a replay, but we might need to see my hands again.
I mean, you did catch it well. I was thinking you're going to dig it, too. Dig it right back into the court.
And a net violation off the overpass. Georgia Tech earns another point. They doubled up New Mexico State 14-7 after the Aggies led 5-2 to begin. Please tell me we caught that of me catching it. It's the first time this happened.
I thought because it was second contact, you were going to set it. And we're on the right side, like set it right to right front.
My daughter would be very disappointed that I didn't try to set the middle there. New Mexico State boasts 4 preseason All-Conference USA players, among them Monty Sharp, 5th year from Albuquerque, who floats it again long, and that service game has not been sharp for the Aggies.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Preseason, There's a lot of adrenaline going, sending it long. But going back to you playing that second ball contact, knowing your daughter, she would bet that you would probably double the set.
There's no, yeah.
Yeah, your daughter would be like.
Georgia Tech's defense has been superb so far. Another swing for Amin. Oh, and it's knocked over and down for the Georgia Tech point. Amin took some thunderous swings from the pin, but is placed over by Velez for the Tech point. Make that Otene.
Heads up play by Otene, sending it to the corner, having that attacking mentality, finding the open spot. Ball's close to the net. It's going down.
Mike Jordan, not a fan of that last call. What do you think he's pleading here? Serve comes in from Bertolino. That's tamed from the back by Sharp. Can't go through the middle. Markham. And that's hammered wide by Williams.
Not sure what Coach Johnson, but he's in need of a timeout, going to take it right now. Georgia Tech doing an excellent job on the block setup. Scouting report has been watched.
After Mike Jordan's team hit 394 against Coastal Carolina the other day, just 100 Tech team would be more pin dominant this year. It's hard not to when you've got the likes of Otene and Bianca Bertolino, but you still have to make your opponent honor the middle. Maybe didn't see as much of that as she would have liked against UCLA between Mogridge and Deandra Pierce. Another out-of-system ball. It'll be a free ball for the Yellow Jackets. Miliano shoots it over to Otene for another side out and another point.
That all started with the serve of Bianca Bertolino. That was a shank pass, free ball send. Stick in the pass as well off the service game, giving your Otene a one-on-one kill.
Bianca Bertolino, 10th in the ACC last year in aces per set. And finally able to crush it through was Yasso Amin, preseason All-Conference USA, following first-team All-Conference honors last year at FIU.
Amin going off the hand. She got a previous kill with the triple. This one seen a double block, going and attacking the left hand of the middle blocker, moving to the block.
Led the Panthers in hitting percentage last year, rerouting in Conference USA, but right now, Tamara Otene is hitting lasers.
This is why Coach Collier has no reaction. When Otene starts slow, getting in a rhythm, she knows the game that Otene brings. No reaction from a coach. You allow your player to settle into the game. Nice job.
She said one of her keys this year is that swatted from the middle. Nice layout by Bertolino. Mendez the block touch. Markham laying out to keep it up. It'll be punched over. Georgia Tech to reload. Emiliano quick through the middle. And it's bumped over. Nicely done by Brown. And Pierce has that blocked. Amin up high. Great defense leading to the defensive point for the Aggies.
Brown did an excellent job getting the read. Wants to pounce over. She stepped over for the push set. Nice job on the read, even better on the clamp.
Amin was nearby, but that solo block goes to Keisha Brown, the redshirt senior. 10 serving 19, Otene. Oh, clever. Cut shot and to perfection.
Just so smooth. Otene elevates, so she's got a good look of the court. And that's an inside cut shot. A lot of times in the beach game, you get that type of hand control. Otene can do either.
23rd career double-double against UCLA the other night. The former Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year at Illinois State. And off the top of the block and through. That one comes from Herman.
Ashley Herman took a note from Amin on the previous attack. I'm not going to go around the block. Let me go ahead and work the hands. Georgia Tech doing a good job setting up around the block, but a lot of times you get those tools high and long.
Amin trying to push points from the service line, and she gets the ace. Aggies knew what they were getting, and Yasso Amin, the native of Cairo, Egypt, for FIU last year, Keeley. She was second in the conference in aces per set, 43 of them.
Coach Mike Johnson said, yes, we recruited her for her game, but it's that competitive spirit that really brings the energy on the court, as you saw in that last ace.
Another jump top. Settled in nicely by Velez. Over on 2. A little campfire point for the Yellow Jackets coming from Emiliano.
Nobody expected that. You got a good pass right at the net. Nice send over. Two-hand, little dump to the middle of the court. Hard to read. It's clever.
Luana Emiliano, one of the Yellow Jackets newcomers, the senior from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Was the WAC setter of the year 2 years ago for UTRGV. Otene to serve. The Jackets closing in on a first set victory. And that was a little too soft on the touch from Otene, trying to change the speed.
Suarez, the setter, that was the right idea, getting a 6-2 rotation, so a two-setter offense. Suarez coming in, and Fisher getting the right side start. Give it a different look, but still the usage of the back row you'll see with Georgia Tech.
Bella Castro in off the New Mexico State bench, the sophomore from Las Cruces. 3 hometown players on this Aggies roster. The jump set by Suarez and the kill from Bertolino. She can make it look terminal.
The fans just hold their breath when Bertolino swings because you can hear the hand contact so powerful. You give her a one-on-one opportunity. It's going down and fast. She hits it so flat with some power toward that back line.
You're familiar with the acoustics of O'Keefe Gymnasium at Georgia Tech. The noise just bounces off the wall, and so it feels like a cannon shot off that right hand of Bertolino. 22-13 Georgia Tech overpass. And that'll get down for Modric.
The service game for Georgia Tech's been steady. You know, in the first match against UCLA, it was a little rocky in the first set. Coming out really strong tonight. Putting some aces and even missed passes.
Very sharp, focused first set for Georgia Tech. 24-7 a year ago. Reaching the Sweet 16 where they bowed out to eventual national champion Nebraska, but to face the Cornhuskers, they defeated Florida, the host team, in their regional in 5 sets. It was Georgia Tech's first ever road NCAA tournament team. Not in sync on the quick set. And Georgia Tech now has set point.
That was the right idea. Rossi moving forward as a setter, trying to get her middle going a little bit. The reverse set by Herman is probably your matchup if you can get it going against a shorter blocker.
Les the serve going deep. On a quality first touch. Markham. Suarez feeds Bertolino. The opposite pin, Fisher snipes it down the line. And Georgia Tech made it look easy in that opening set against the New Mexico State team that was every bit as dominant the other night. 25-13, Georgia Tech takes set 1 in Atlanta. Yellow Jackets hit 25-10, 25-11, but just were unable to duplicate that to close things out. So I'm sure Michelle Collier is seeking consistency, no complacency, as New Mexico State takes the first points on the overpass. What adjustments do you anticipate offensively from New Mexico State? Just 100 hitting percentage in set 1.
It starts with the pass, so Georgia Tech did a much better job coming out of the service game this match. You got to get your passing game. When you miss a couple serves, you can't even get that transition ball back. So that first ball contact has really got to improve right now for the Aggies.
Bertolino winds it up and gets the ace.
There's a comfort level in this gym. This is Georgia Tech's practice gym. Bertolino's a senior. She's seen this court, recognizes where she is now settling in. Couple aces in her belt, just getting started in her senior year.
3 aces on opening night. Takes another rip. And Otene takes the rip, but Markham has the cover. Bertolino from the back, the dig by Reese. Pushed deep into the corner. Markham scrambling to range underneath it. Williams plays it over. Mendez to Emiliano. Back to Mendez for the kill.
Running the show. Setter Emiliano doing a great job mixing it up. I love the send over, the heads up play. Velez even sending it to that deep corner, working the right side of the court. Georgia Tech attackers trying to play it on the setter every ball.
Marissa Mendez, 5 kills, hitting .556 so far. And the block by Mogridge. Oh, miscommunication. Georgia Tech almost lets that opportunity go by. How about the left-hand swing from the right-handed hitting Tamara Otene? Some improv theater there to make it a 4-0 Tech run. Did I see that correctly?
You did. Otene will find a way. He had a little change-up. That ball shifted to her left side. Made the save with that left hand.
Yeah, they gave you 2 hands for a reason, I suppose.
Yeah, the wind-up, right? Come in, swinging. That was a sweet dig by Markham. Coach Mike Jordan said she's one of the best liberos in our league. Libero of the year last season. That was a sweet dig to keep the rally going, though.
And the roof by Otene. Bertolino is putting a lot of heat on that service line, and the Aggies having a hard time getting a quality first touch. Now 5-1 Georgia Tech.
The service game, Bertolino's locked in.
Tech fans saw this last year where she could just run off 5, 6 points in a row by herself. Off the back set that slowed at the net by Mogridge and Otene. The reversal to Mendez, the cover by Markham. And now Williams puts it down. An authoritative swing from Star Williams coming off a team high 14 kills against Coastal Carolina.
Only with 1 kill in the first set. Williams waiting her time to get a swing, enough seam to just high snap through that block.
Not only 14 kills against the Chanticleers, but she hit .560. The second on the Aggies in kills a season ago. But once again, the service errors squandering any chance of momentum to be gained by New Mexico State.
Exactly. I know Mike Jordan just wants that first ball contact to improve because you can see the heat in the gym on the Aggie side.
This is Amin, and she gets the block touch.
With those swings on the outside, Amin, you almost want to shift her and keep her on the outside. Those are like 3 kills off the hands, knowing how to work the shot. And you can see that shift happening right now, putting Amin lined up to go on the left.
Well, that's what Mike Jordan told us. Amin versatile, can play from a lot of different places. Termination by Mendez. Larissa Mendez had 12 kills versus UCLA, a career high of 21 at O'Keefe Gymnasium last year versus the eventual ACC co-champions Florida State. And she's able to get that on the inside edge of the block. The sophomore from Brazil to serve, but serve fat.
You know, in every volleyball team, just like basketball with our Olympics, we had Durant, LeBron, Steph Curry. Those are the 3 top dogs. With Georgia Tech, it's the pin attack. You have Mendez on the right side, Otene, Bertolino on the left. That's a nice balanced offense. You got to go with the hot hands.
Rossi, the Texas Tech transfer. Just had to hit that off platform on the slide. And now the tool and the kill for New Mexico State. They had Georgia Tech back-footed that entire sequence.
Just getting either setter close enough to the net so Georgia Tech's middle can hold. That's how you're creating that one-on-one opportunity. Nice put away by Herman.
Started 17 of the last 19 matches last year for the Aggies. Now the Aggies with a chance to close in more. And they will get that on the line shot from Herman. She's starting to light it up.
Just finding what works throughout the match. So that's 2 in a row from Herman. You put note of that, saying, okay, that's 2 over the block. Let me go ahead, watch a third coming in transition.
Has had to swoop in and penetrates the block.
Georgia Tech so strong in that 5-1. We saw UCLA, they had to shift to a 6-2 because of the block, but offensively, Mendez in the back row, that's one of your top 3s. Pin hitters, go put away.
Tech serving up by 2. The off speed, but the layout by Emiliano. Mendez once again from the back.
When we saw Julia Bergman leave Georgia Tech, your first team All-American in the Olympics, we're like, who are you going to replace as one of your top 3s right here? Coach Collier says, we have Mendez coming to play. All smiles right there on another back row kill.
Oh, what a smart read. Mendez spent some time this summer with the Brazil under-21 national team. You had referenced Julia Bergman, first team All-American for Georgia Tech. A countrywoman along with Mendez of Brazil. Starting for the bronze medal winning Brazil Olympic team. Markham keeps this up. Bertolino, yes, point tech.
That's a note you want to take away if you're a young outside hitter. Bertolino recognized she's going to have 4 hands in front of her. Instead of going around, took it high. And
today, UCLA swept Coastal Carolina Bruins 2-0 here in Atlanta. Mendez, Otene, terrorizing in tandem for the Yellow Jackets. Keeley.
Otene getting back in her groove, but Larissa Mendez hitting .615. That's over 60% of her attacks going down as kills. That's a hot hand you'll find right now. Back row, front row, she's getting it done.
New Mexico State, meanwhile, needs to clean up the first ball contact. They are not giving themselves a lot of opportunities for in-system balls. As you see there, another miss on a cross-court shot off a subpar first contact. And now Georgia Tech on a 5-0 run, 12-6 leading in the second.
Feeling confident when you get a team in a scramble on that first ball. It's an easy block setup.
Once again, targeting Amin. This is Herman. Sharp angle. The up by Otene. Amin changes speed. Emiliano in the seam. Mendez. And that one a little too far. Had to reach for it and sends it in the net.
That's a hard ball to hit. It was a spinning bump set by Velez. Coach Collier looking at Mendez said, take it with the tip next time. That ball was under the net. When you finally made your hand contact, can't clear it.
With that ferocious serve. But Tech gets the point off the slide. To go behind to Deandra Pierce, the native of Austin, Texas, and transfer from UT.
Coach Collier says about Pierce that she worked hard to improve her offense in the postseason, in the offseason, going strong, working that slide attack. That's some offense back there. When your setter's in the front row, you need just to spread out the court.
4-17 against UCLA, finished with 7 kills. And again, another scramble off the service, but they make it work. Oh, but they'll say a violation on New Mexico State. Would have been a kill for Michaela Martinez, but instead might have been a violation on New Mexico State. Where was that, Keeley?
You know, I didn't see the first. I thought it was a good open net swing.
Yeah. I
missed the contact of the error. Collier, where did we find? She didn't want to tell me because she doesn't want to give away her secrets. Where'd you find Velez?
Yeah, she'll keep that close to the vest. Technically, she found her at Trinity Valley Community College in Texas. The native of Cartagena, Colombia. Swatted by Mogridge, but sent back.
That was a you're not fooling me moment. Getting in on that. Great job on the step back. Darko getting the read, pouncing right on the shot. Mogridge was trying to go to her left.
Yeah, Leka Darko making her first appearance of the match. Solo block. 8 serving 16. Back to Bertolino and another block. This one from Herman.
Andy, this is what we know the Aggies can do. The block setup, something close to the net. It's the first ball contacts. That's their only Achilles heel right now. Getting it, something going on their end. Take care of it. You can trust your blocking game.
It's been an all too familiar refrain, though, for the Aggies. Service air and a side out for Tech.
Andy, just like you said, just when you think you're getting some momentum, you have a missed serve.
Hey, Mike Jordan would tell you, if I had any here, I'd be losing it right now. Emiliano tracks it. Bertolino straddling the 10-foot line. And the block by Mogridge. Sent that swing back from Lightheart.
That was great timing on the jump by Mendez and Mogridge. The ball was slightly off instead of going up. When the attack happened, they hesitated, waited for the ball to arrive to the net and pounce on it.
Liv Mogridge could be the X factor for Georgia Tech this year. She was among the nation's leaders in hitting percentage before she missed 5 weeks because of ankle and knee problems. Did return for the postseason, wasn't quite herself, but Georgia Tech missed that presence in the middle. Someone who was freshman All-ACC at North Carolina, 6'4", a junior who's used to that high-level ACC volleyball. She did not play in the spring, continuing to recover, but if they can get a healthy Liv Mogridge, Michelle Collier knows her team has a chance to jump to that next echelon. I feel like there might be some remote controls being chucked at the screen right now in Las Cruces,
right.
Seeing all these service errors.
Fans pulling out their hair a little bit. But Ashley Herman, when she got that right side, she's now rotated off, but that's a good kill, 2 in a row.
Strong serve by Bertolino. And off the tool, the point by Williams. Sorry, Williams has had a somewhat muted game so far. Coming off a team-high 14 kills against Coastal Carolina. Does give her 3 kills. Richard Jr., who began her career at Long Beach State. We'll have to shoulder maybe more of the offense with Whitekettle out for the year. She was second behind Whitekettle in kills last year for that 21-10 New Mexico State team. They get Georgia Tech out of sorts. Make it 19-12.
And you saw Williams on that swing. It was an open net. She goes hard. The previous attack, when she had 4 hands in front of her, she worked the hands. That's a little different than what we've been seeing adjusting to the match.
Mean changes speed. Popped up to a mean, and that one long.
You see the idea was there. Just going off the hands. The previous attack by Williams on the left side, where Amin just hit, was the same idea. Not trying to avoid the hands, but trying to make contact to get the tool so Georgia Tech's defense can't play the ball.
Do you think there were some people in Conference USA when they saw Yasso Amin enter the transfer portal, breathing a sigh of relief, saying, oh, thank goodness we don't have to see her anymore, and then she reroutes to another Conference USA school and the Aggies? Oh, look at that from Pierce. Up high, down hard, elevate and detonate Deandra Pierce.
Watch the stomach toward the net, side set by Emiliano. That gave the block a jump and a one-on-one opportunity for Pierce for the put away.
That was on, and Coach Jordan exchanged pleasantries before the match. Matching wits in the WAC. Of course, this year, season number 2 for New Mexico State and Conference USA, where they are picked preseason second behind the 5-time defending champions from Western Kentucky. Georgia Tech took the opening set 25-13. Boy, off platform, but Williams makes it work. Little lean back, dropping it short.
Williams so clever, just mixing up shots. Those last swings, she got 3 kills, guys, off of it. Outside, right side, overpass, put away, and this one, just a soft tip shot, dropped short in front of the defenders.
Gives Williams 5 kills. His twin brother, also dad, played football at Washington State, native of Ontario, California.
I imagine her parents were like, she could play any sport. You just have to figure out what she likes to do. Star Williams, we're glad you're in a volleyball uniform.
The serve by Stewart. Bertolino from the pipe, but Stewart with the layout dig. Otene crushes it cross court. Another one for Tamara Otene. And Tech stretches the lead to 9.
Sweet first dig by libero Morgan Stewart, but not twice in a row, says Otene, going right at that left back for a strong kill.
Member of the New Zealand national team, Tamara Otene, who began her career at Illinois State. Sophomore Eloise Suarez to serve. Freshman All-ACC for the Jackets last year as part of that 6-2 rotation with Emiliano. Amin steps into it, blocked. Fisher and Pierce shut the doors on the pin.
Fisher adds some height, 6'3", right side. That adds the block height, helps a little bit for Pierce to get the lineup and press back for the block.
Deandra Pierce led the Yellow Jackets in blocks last year. Quick set and wide.
Andy, that's what you have to do. Force the middle, get something going in that middle attack. You can't be scared. Nice attempt by Darko.
24 serving 13 as Tech aims to take a 2-0 lead. And Pierce will roof it to finish it off. 25-13 in set 1. 25-13. Handle that heat-seeking serve of Bianca Bertolino with 62 aces last year. Takes something off, but Amin once again with an overpass. Transition ball for the Yellow Jackets. Mendez with the read and the point.
I mean, come on, Emiliano, out of transition, keeping her body control and making a jump set at the net to sidestep that ball to her right side. Beautiful.
Former WAC Setter of the Year in 2022 in both UTRGV, her former school, in New Mexico State. We're competing in that conference. Big swing, Williams pounds it down.
It all started with a pass by libero Markham. It was a retract. Instead of like having your arms and popping them, it was a retract motion to keep the ball on her side of the court. That helped the set to be productive.
Yeah, it almost looks like your hands are recoiling on that bump. Emiliano with the back set, pushed over by Mendez. One more for Williams, and penetrates the block to put New Mexico State on top.
There you go, Williams is in the blocking rotation in front of Otene. That also provides that blocking matchup, getting a lot of kills here on the right.
Here's Darian Markham, the fifth year from McKinney, Texas, has spent all 5 seasons with the Aggies, and she gets the ace. We love what Coach Jordan told us about Darian Markham. First off, he says she's an elite athlete, just a cut above. She was originally going to graduate last spring. Told her coach, my body's beat up. She took the spring off, did an internship. But Coach Jordan would tease her, you know, you do have an extra year of eligibility due to COVID. Evidently, his powers of persuasion paid off because number 1 is back in Las Cruces. The reigning CUSA Libero of the Year as that deep cross lands for an Amin point. And a sharp start to set 3 for the Aggies.
You saw Sharp shift to the corner to take away that right back attack. That dig allowed the transition play to happen.
Modridge, yes, finds the line.
Coach Scott McDonald, the strength coach for Georgia Tech, had nothing but great things to say about the work of Modridge, the elevation. Look at that power coming in. That's a hard shot. You got to like stand right in front of it. To make a move to that shot, it's difficult.
Modridge to serve for the Yellow Jackets. Her dad is just down the road, by the way. Probably has this match on, albeit on mute. Her dad, Alan, senior football advisor with Georgia Tech. Defensive ends coach, several Power 5 stops. He was here on Friday night. We were joking with Alan because everywhere she went as a coach's daughter, people would probably refer to Liv Modridge as Alan's daughter, where now at Georgia Tech, everybody just knows Alan Modridge as Liv's dad. The block through the middle. Bertolino with the hustle to the rescue for the All-American. Herman with the lean back. Bumped up by Bertolino. Here she is. Tip shot from the back. Rossi to set. Amin. Mendez has that blocked. Once more, but that is a point for Georgia Tech. Just nipped the hands. A great rally on both sides of the net, but Georgia Tech wins the point.
Bertolino in middle back, the first dig, the scramble. That's a save right there, showing a major want to. And then Andy, she came back with 2 more digs to keep the rally going. Mendez off the hands with the finish.
Markham plays it to Herman. Slowed at the net by the block. Otene has that rejected. Amin combining with Brown. And we're starting to see that net defense assert itself for New Mexico State.
Showing some want to. Brown on the close. Even her motivation toward her teammates. Watch the turn. That's want to right there. Like, we got better game. Let's do this.
Sometimes you need that spark, that intensity to wake your team up. I think they know how to block it at the Brown household. Keisha Brown, her older sister Kaz Brown, former All-American in Kentucky. And up 6-3, a transition opportunity for the Aggies. And a soaring swing by Madi Sharp. And now Michelle Collier for the first time needs to call timeout. New Mexico State up 7-3 in set 3. A much more engaged offense for Mike Jordan and the Aggies, down 2 sets to none. Body Sharp elevating for the point, forcing timeout from Tech. Out of the timeout, New Mexico State serving up 7-3. Otene gets the side out on a heavy-handed swing from the pin for Otene, kill number 8. But in the opening 2 sets, New Mexico State was hitting below 100. Right now, they're at 500. What have you seen from the Aggies to loosen things up offensively, Keely?
The passing game is there, even though right there on the setter run, but passing game is there. You can get hitters a seam, just something else to look at instead of that 2 blockers in front of your face.
Now that's an O'Keefe assisted point as that bump by Markham hits the roof and redirects away from the Aggies. 7-5.
And you saw in that first serve, it was a scramble play by the setters. Georgia Tech's block able to get a setup. You get a transition kill. It's almost like music. You got to stick this pass for the Aggies.
That's not going to cut it, and Pierce tees off. Easy pickings for Deandra Pierce. Give her a 6th kill.
Pierce so ready at the net. She has the quickest pounce, getting up, just that overpass, put away.
Service error, Otene. Rare misfire at the service line for Georgia Tech. It's an inopportune errors from the service line against UCLA. Otene nearing another double-double. 8 kills, 8 digs. Bertolino has to take something off. Brown covering the corner. Sharp can fly high. That's parried by Emiliano and Pierce. Another swat from the middle by Pierce for the Georgia Tech point.
That was a great push set in transition, causing Pierce to hit toward her left. Good turn on it. Watch that quick turn, hitting toward the right side of the court.
This is more what Michelle Collier had in mind with getting their middles more active. Herman, that's strong.
One of those moments, Andy, that Aggies have found their offense. You got a lot from Herman. Now you have Williams back in the rotation with their 3 rotations in the front row. The right side is working. You're going at the hands. You get a 1-on-1, of course, go for the put away. But if you got 4 hands in front of you, both right sides are working the hands with tools.
Swinging in rhythm, in system. This will not be an in-system ball, and Bertolino sails it. And now New Mexico State opens up the 3-point lead again.
For Coach Collier, you just look at your team like, guys, stay focused. Let's stay in this match because the Aggies are creeping back in.
I don't want to say Georgia Tech took its foot off the pedal. That's easy pickings by Williams. And now it's 11-7 New Mexico State. Like I said, I don't want to suggest that Georgia Tech took its foot off the pedal against UCLA, but they overwhelmed the Bruins in sets 2 and 3 by margins very similar to what Michelle Collier's team put together against New Mexico State in sets 1 and 2, and UCLA was able to creep.
I saw the transition ball really work for Georgia Tech, but that first ball, kill going strong.
Williams, oh, that was a dime on the pass, and Williams puts it away.
Williams hits like she has something to prove. A transfer in from Long Beach State, was a starter last year, but this year there's something special Coach Jordan says about her game, coming in strong in this 3rd set.
Maintaining the edge for the Aggies. Sharp on the float serve. Emiliano with the set. Mendez, that was right in rhythm.
Georgia Tech holding their breath for Mendez to enter this front row. You know Mendez putting up numbers right now, hitting 458. No hesitation. Your first rotation in the front row, setter Emiliano, feeding Mendez.
Now it's Bertolino. Markham plays that well, and Williams down the line. Warm us. Our jaws both dropped at just their physical hitting, their power from the pins. They're definitely doing all of that and more, but sometimes you drop the speed and you get the point anyway.
Oh, and setter Nellie Reese going forward on that. The easier set was forward. She decided, I'm gonna change my body, drop it a little bit, even if it's tight. I know Williams is coming up with the kill.
Great read by Williams. Now New Mexico State has its largest lead of the set, 15 serving 9. Also, you've noticed, Keely, no service errors. They're actually able to sustain their offense. The side out by Otene.
100%, that's the difference. There's no freebies in missing your serve. Great job getting your team settled in, Coach Jordan, going into this third set.
Also helps the team's confidence that you hold Bianca Bertolino to 1 serve. Williams had to lunge for it. Mendez with the cover. Net violation. Point Tech.
Nice job on the cover by Georgia Tech, picking up first the tip and then reversing it all over, but a little want to on that stretch back, which I thought was caused by the ball originally.
And Mike Jordan believes the same, and we'll have a challenge.
Keisha Brown looked right away at her coach as, Coach, I didn't touch the net. There's one thing in volleyball, you don't lie to your coach. You can't. You'll be running sprints for days. Yeah, that's ball.
Yeah. It'll be a no play likely.
I mean, it's so quick live that you're like, okay, the ball, the net did move, so as a down official, you have to look so closely. Quick call, nice usage of your challenge card. It should be a replay because the ball didn't die. So
yeah.
This ball should be a replay.
I guess they did give the point to New Mexico State.
Coach Collier asking for the replay. Like the ball was still in the air.
Georgia Tech was there, yeah. And we did get that sorted out. It'll be no point. Replay it. I'm just impressed that we got to the 26 points into our third set before we saw a challenge card. So drop it down to 15-10.
You got Williams, one more rotation in your front row. Look no further. If you get any pass close enough, you're going to give it back to Williams.
Here she comes off the reversal from Reese, and she hammers it but wide. She thought it caught hands. She's conferring with Coach Jordan.
Looking for the left foot of Mogridge down that line.
So now things are starting to even out on the challenges.
There you go. You spoke too soon, Andy.
Yep. Should have just kept that to myself.
In this situation, you have Mogridge, Georgia Tech's middle on the service line. Rotationally, she'll play left back on that dig. Her foot was off the line slightly, and what Williams is fighting for and asking her coach, her left foot touched the ball or her hand.
I think she has a point. At least from that angle. Be the left hand. That's a little more inconclusive. Do you see a little waggle of the fingers there on the left side from Mogridge?
Looking closely at it, I'm thinking there's a lot of motion on that hand at the time the ball passed, so probably.
And New Mexico State does win the challenge. Tally a point for the Aggies to make it 16-10.
Bad news.
The turnaround continues for New Mexico State.
Bad news for New Mexico State. You got Williams now out, but smart job by her setter Reese, reversing every ball back in those transition balls to Williams.
Rossi to Herman, blocked. And the point to Georgia Tech.
Like we said, Andy, that right side of the court, that was the game plan coming out. Well, let's set our right side. We got Herman going, Williams, first ball again going right side. Otene in this case was in a good setup position to get that block back.
Juarez in to serve. Trying to pin Markham deep. Amin dug up by Bertolino. That one is in for the New Mexico State point.
Okay, and Herman on the left side. So Herman just rotationally lined up, getting that left side swing. Kill coming off the hands and off the defender, Velez. Double touch.
Mexico State trying to continue the turnaround, leading 17-11. Freshman Michaela Martinez out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Otene trying to go sharp inside the block. She'll earn the point on the net violation.
Coach Collier, I swear she speaks multiple languages on her court right now. She got to say, bon dia, buenos dias, good morning, wake up, Georgia Tech. Like, let's get back in this match because Aggies are creeping.
Tech won sets 1 and 2, 25-13. In New Mexico State in command throughout this third set. The passing has been much better as well, and off the block touch, the point from Sharp.
You saw in the first 2 sets by the Aggies, they were trying to avoid a Georgia Tech's block. Right now, it's a straight go at it, go high and flat, get the bounce, and then the defense from Georgia Tech, they have to make secondary moves instead of just staying in their defensive spots.
Bertolino, that was in system, but is punched up by Brown. Sharp trying to step into it. Bertolino, smart shot off the outside hand of the block.
One player not scared of 4 hands in front of her is Bianca Bertolino on the Argentine national teams. Used to seeing a big block. One of the best off-speed tool workers in the gym.
Spent some time with the Argentina senior national team this summer as that serve floats long from Velez. That is a momentum stopper as Georgia Tech tries to muster a rally late in set 3.
Get the music going, Andy. Dun, dun, dun. You got Williams back in your front row. You're no dummy if you're Nellie Reese. You're like, okay, transition ball, where's Williams?
And also between them, Nicole Briggs in the middle, the transfer from Arizona, who had 31 starts last year for the Wildcats. One of Arizona's wins last fall came against this New Mexico State team. That's a great pull in the portal by Coach Jordan. Getting someone with that kind of experience for Briggs.
It would be a good time, like, to get her a ball. Get a pass, get something going in the middle.
Mexico State had to replenish its middle blockers. They only had 2 on the roster last year, but they still have Williams. That one cooked long, though. Point Georgia Tech. They got the hands back.
Setter Nellie Reese is like, sure, I know I need to set my middle right now, but I know who's getting me kills. That was the right idea. Williams getting another attempt.
Williams off speed. Well read by Emiliano. Now Mendez blocked. There is Briggs. Making her presence felt.
That's the energy you love to see of your coach Jordan. Nice close, good read, the penetration. That's a wall in front of you, putting it straight down. Briggs with the drop block.
Briggs led Arizona in blocks last year with 82. 6'2" out of Chino, California. New Mexico State first to 20. Amin. The pipe attack is turned away by Amin. An energized New Mexico State team. They push it to 21-15 and force timeout from Georgia Tech.
Showing some want to. You saw Briggs come off the previous block. This one with the help coming all the way over. Getting that help, Amin feeling it. That's some energy you want to see as you build your program.
I know Georgia Tech is up 2-0 right now, but it feels like Jackets at any level, they always say it's about serve and pass, and the serve and pass much improved for the Aggies and paving the way to a potential fourth set. Led by 14 kills from Star Williams. Nellie Reese a moment ago. Team high 12 assists. Georgia Tech with 2 in double-digit kills. Mendez 12, Otene 10. Interestingly, Bianca Bertolino only 5 kills. Does have 12 digs. See if she may become more involved as Georgia Tech seeks that third set. Mean tracks it well and gets it off the top of the block.
Oh, the strategy kicking in. Great job block set up. When you don't have the shot, you try to work something else. Amin slightly off, going high into the hands. Assistant coach off the bench on that one with applause.
And the confidence gathering with every point here in the third. Bertolino busts through the block. Sorely needed by Georgia Tech if they want any shot here in the third. Stops 3-0 New Mexico State run.
Bertolino knows she's about to go to the service line. She shows that she can get the kill, but she's the hope for Georgia Tech to create a run right now while you have Williams in your front row.
Here's some jump top serve, and that's a good start. Ace Bianca Bertolino. Her second of the night.
So calm. You know, you watch like Nadal on the service game in tennis, Steph Curry on the free throw line. Everyone has the rhythm. Walking back so calmly, Bertolino getting her rhythm, going for the rip.
Otene slams it into the corner off the overpass. And this is exactly what New Mexico State feared. Bianca Bertolino with the service line, cutting it loose. And I think Mike Jordan sensing the momentum shift. He calls timeout. They just want to ice Bianca Bertolino as the deficit's cut to 4.
Bertolino has that service power, so calm. It's coming out of this timeout. How huge is this? The right time I was looking at Coach Jordan saying, Coach, you're going to call a timeout because when she graduates.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's been a different New Mexico State team in this third set. From 0-67 in the second to 4-67 in the third. Remember, they hit 394 in that 4-set win over Coastal. That was missing in action to begin, but galvanized here. But now they got to stop that thunderous serve from Bertolino. Good ball, Amin, and that'll do it. Gets the job done. But it was all about the way that Darian Markham handled that serve.
Amin is not thinking about the defense right now. All she's looking at is the block. So no back row defenders. It's almost a one-on-one with her and whatever blocks in front of her. Way to work those hands.
Now Markham, who led the Aggies in aces last year, swats that on a line drive. Mendez had to reach up for it, gets the side out.
You know what's different, Andy, in this set that we saw in the previous? Georgia Tech attacked a lot toward the right side of the court, taking out either setter. As you see Nellie right there playing the defense, Reese.
Williams, and that hits the line. Set point for New Mexico State. Just a majestic swing from Star Williams.
Waiting for just a pass, just enough to get Williams the ball. Nellie Reese reversing it slightly inside, changing up the location of that right side attack.
Aggies have 5 set points. Claudia Rossi, the left-hander. One-handed set and able to rattle that through the hands. Deandra Pierce gets the point.
Pierce getting up. Emiliano so smooth at the net. You know, at 5'7", you would think when she gets closer to the net, maybe a little more insecure, but not Emiliano. So smooth, changing her body, adjusting to the pass.
Rossi up to Herman. Putting some pressure on that deep cross. Here's Otene off speed and gets it down. Just able to pack it through the block attempt of Amin. 24-21.
Herman's been the last kill in this rotation. Georgia Tech, with this timeout by Coach Jordan, is going to get a good setup on the block.
Wants to make sure that they handle this deftly as they try to force a fourth set. New Mexico State 7-11 all-time versus ACC schools. This is the highest-ranked opponent they faced, Keely, since the 2019 NCAA tournament when they faced BYU. Trying to get back to the dance after they bowed out in the Conference USA Championship versus Western Kentucky. I think the road to the NCAA tournament in Conference USA is still...
Side-out rotation. Amina's on the right side rotationally. Herman is taking the left side swing. You get a pass. The last couple have gone outside to Herman, but both of these hitters are working the hands, so defensively, you got to get a better read, staying back just in case it goes off the hands.
Out of the timeout, Suarez. Freshman All-ACC a year ago. Serving to Amin. Here's Herman winding up and gets the set point. Hammer in that cross court. Bianca Bertolino couldn't handle it, and to a fourth set we go. New Mexico State 25-21 in the nothing short of dominant in the opening two.
Now you have to find an answer for this offense. Everything's clicking with the Aggies.
Now, surprisingly, New Mexico State's set 3 win coincided with not a single service error from New Mexico State as Larissa Mendez opened set 4 with the point.
In this fourth set, the set was dropped. It wasn't a loopy set to the outside. That was a low flat ball that gave Mendez enough court to look at.
Bertolino down the line. That is a flamethrower wearing number 5.
The precision to drop it about 6 inches inside. She was going exactly for that shot. I'm sure Coach Danny Hall with Georgia Tech wants to throw her in as a pitcher.
Get that speed gun on her. It's tamed by Amin. On the go behind, the point for Briggs. Mike Jordan said we don't have a great slide hitter, which is why you haven't seen much of that in their arsenal today, but Nicole Briggs in rhythm, nicely done.
When the setter's in that front row, you got to get something going on that rotation back. Even though you're in a 6-2.
Quick set, pounded down by Mogridge. No. Landed wide.
Right idea. You got enough court, but that was a good block setup.
Sharp, a true 6 rotation player, plays it in. They go once again through the middle, and that time it connects for Mogridge. You don't get deterred if you misfire out of the middle.
That's maturity from setter Emiliano. You miss it with one, it was a good enough look. Going right back, that's how you build confidence in an attacker. Going right back after an error, showing that you're not scared to push it.
Aggies reload, they reverse it to Amin. That is off your banner, Keely Eveland, for the New Mexico State point.
The jersey just hangs up there, right? That was 2 off the foreheads by the block. Good scramble. Sort of crazy that hangs right there, Andy.
Still feels surreal when you walk in. Let me tell you, it's a very humbling thing as a broadcaster when you're calling a match with somebody underneath, quite literally, her retired jersey. That is your credential right there. The up by Bertolino. Sent over to Otene. Off the block touch. Popped up by Markham. Nobody there, though.
Nice swing. Good layout. Keeping the play going. With every good offense, it takes passing and scramble with defense. That was a good effort, but Georgia Tech feeling a little more confident in what they're doing.
Otene 13 kills. Mendez leads the way with 14. The sophomore to serve, but misfires in the corner. Teams trading points early in our fourth.
Aggies are just hoping that Georgia Tech breaks down just a little bit as a team just to creep back in. Williams took her step out, but Herman's in your front row as well, showing some offense. Oh, hello.
Oh, watch out. Miscommunication between Pierce and Mendez. And it leads to the point for New Mexico State. They'll have to get together and talk that over.
Just a miscommunication. So the slide attack, thought it was a miss set, even though that slide with a right back attack, it double stacks your block. Coach Collier just checking on her players, making sure everything's okay.
They wanted to get a perspiration spot wiped up. First all-time meeting between Georgia Tech and New Mexico State here on day 2 of the GT Invitational. We'll wrap things up with Tech and Coastal Carolina, 4 p.m. first serve tomorrow. A serve by Rossi. Otene dug up by Markham. Mendez time to jump well. Point Georgia Tech. If they can get this version of Larissa Mendez on a consistent basis this season, it bodes really well for Georgia Tech.
That shows that she adds offense in this 5-1. So right now you have Emiliano, 5'7" blocker in the front row. If I'm looking across, this is why Herman's getting the attack. The first ball contact, you're setting outside. Mendez doing a good job at showing that she can produce offensively for Tech, though.
Mendez's career high was 21 last year versus Florida State. That's a service there by Otene.
It's focused throughout for Georgia Tech, but the Aggies are not sad about it. You're like, whatever's going on this side, we know what we can do. Returning every starter. They're confident what they do in practice, showing a lot of fight.
The jump top serve, Bertolino, the off speed, able to get it over the double block.
Recognizing where the defense, you heard somebody in the fans say, hit the ball. Bertolino's like, I'm smarter than that.
Yeah.
Dropping it to open court, dropping it for the kill.
Don't always need to rip every time you get a ball. Bianca Bertolino has 7 kills to go along with 14 digs and her 3 aces. As Amin subs out in this rotation. New Mexico State very good last year away from Las Cruces, 14-6 in road and neutral site matches. Liliano laying out. Mendez. Sharp runs out of room. Another point for Mendez. Georgia Tech retakes the lead.
And you see what Mendez did, Andy. Hit toward the right side of the court. You're going right at the setter, Rossi. Take her out of the offense if she makes the dig, but you force the setter to make a defensive move.
It's a very cerebral match so far by Mendez. That was a low set. Not a lot that Brown could do with it. One more swing for Mendez, working the inside hand. Another point for Mendez.
So calm to step in. Libero Velez, both her teammates were on the court. She calms it down, says, guys, that's mine. Gives a beautiful bump set for Mendez, again, taken to the right side of the court.
32 assists for Emiliano. Through the middle, Brown, well read by Velez. The lean back by Bertolino trickles off the tape. Emiliano goes through the middle, and Mogridge packs it down. All of a sudden, Georgia Tech on a 4-0 run. Mike Jordan will try to settle things down. Calls timeout for the Aggies. Mogridge through the middle, and the momentum shifting to Tech. Georgia Tech getting a spark here after the Aggies took the 3rd set. Jackets 9, New Mexico State 6 as we've hit timeout. Impressive than Mendez has 17 kills, a 4-12 clip. Off the New Mexico State timeout, trying to get things settled down. The block touch and the dig by the Jackets. Mendez had to go a long way for it over the 10-foot line, but tally another one for Mendez.
And another one, no hesitation right there by Emiliano, saying, I'm going to go right back. Mendez putting the ball away, hitting to the right side, executing game strategy.
Juan Emiliano has success in her career against New Mexico State. Won a pair of matches against the Aggies when she was with UTRGV. That service there stops the 5-0 Tech run. Now 7 serving Tech, and Keisha Brown set to tee it up. Second team all-conference USA a year ago. A woman who began her career in her home state of Iowa. Here's Alina will try to make something of it on the roll shot. A high ball and put down the line. Nicely done by Lightheart.
The dig to stay in that rally. Nice job, Brown, your middle server going in the back to get that transition ball. It almost dropped. Nice push set. Lightheart finding court.
Lightheart, who was more of a serving sub specialist last season. Cuts it to 2. Mendez from the back gets the point.
If you remember in the previous set, you saw Williams getting tons of right side balls. You kept producing kills. As a setter, you're like, I need points. You're no dummy. You just keep going back to who's producing kills for you. In this situation, it's Mendez.
Gonna come from a sharp angle. It's blocked down by Mogridge. Mendez will get points on the block. A defensive point as well. Why not for Mendez? 12-8 Tech.
This is what happened first 2 sets. The passing breakdown, that caused a scramble. Running off, you got 4 hands with the setup. A little friendly net bounce to get the block.
Liliano going quick to
gosh.
Mogridge. Snaps the wrist once more. 13-8 Tech.
Showing like she was going to hit cross court. Watch how fast she turns her body. Taking it to the left. That's the first time she hit cross her body, showing the block. Something different.
Third kill of the set for Mogridge.
Wow.
Great defense. The swing by Bertolino. How about that dig by Martinez, the freshman, jumping on that grenade from Bertolino. They reverse it to Mendez, and Larissa Mendez now up to 20 kills, and Tech's lead is up to 6. And another timeout forced by Larissa Mendez. The ascendant sophomore from Brazil, all hugs for her as she's paced Tech to the 6-point lead in set 4.
The reverse back, Emiliano giving that seam, but it started with setting Mogridge. That cut back, that held the block just enough. Nobody wanted to see 2 of that. Reversing it back, Mendez. Tournament so far.
You saw Coastal Carolina last year in the Sun Belt tournament. Jalen Stout, preseason offensive player of the year in the Sun Belt. They've got some heavy hitters. 4-0 Tech run.
Herman, I'm going that way.
Aggies aren't going to get what they want off the serve receive. Bertolino gets what she wants.
The set, it's dropped throughout the match. Nice job, Emiliano, going low. Watch how flat this ball is. Hardly clearing the antenna's height, giving that seam look for Bertolino. Flat ball to the corner.
Just ate up Martinez covering the corner. Boy, point Georgia Tech, the block Bertolino. It is all Georgia Tech now in the 4th.
I give the credit to Mendez to be stable throughout the match, but those swings by Mogridge really set the tone to her entire team, like, guys, we're winning this set.
Mendez trying to tie career high, and she will get it on the violation from the Aggies.
Emiliano, so smooth, setting balls so low and flat. That's giving a look to one-on-one for her hitters. The pass by Georgia Tech is much better this set than the previous set.
Mendez 21 kills now, Keeley, on a 474 clip. Ties her career high. She did that last year versus the ACC co-champions from Florida State. Did that in 5 sets. Bianca Bertolino climbing the ladder to push the Tech lead to 10. As they have returned to form here in the 4th set.
The serving game on point for that overpass. Bertolino always ready. That first pass, working strong.
These have been some tricky serves from Emiliano as she lays out for the cover. Oh, Emiliano, Bertolino didn't see where it was. Mogridge with the solo block.
Mogridge knew it was the right time to set your middle. Held strong right in front of Nicole Briggs, got the read and the jump back. This is when you know as a team you're cruising, but leadership-wise, Mogridge really bringing some great energy to the court.
I'm sure her dad, Alan, has one eye on grading film with Georgia Tech football and one eye on her daughter. 19-8 Georgia Tech. Mogridge 6 kills and now 4 blocks. Emiliano has done a nice job changing the depth of her serves. Ooh, collision there between Velez and Mendez. Cover ball by Markham. Oh, look at that hustle. Both Velez and Emiliano chasing after it on the back line. Can they get organized? Emiliano to Mendez. Hammers it home, career high, and that was the point of the match so far for the Jackets.
The defensive effort. You'll take a collision to keep any rally going, then the put away. Look no further. Mendez line shot with authority.
22 for Larissa Mendez. That was set up thanks to some outstanding defense from her teammates on the one-handed dig from the back line. 20-8 Georgia Tech. How about a 10-0 run, Keely? Oh, swatted through the middle. That is the response the Aggies desperately needed. And they got it from Darko.
Just waiting for a good pass. That's all in that situation. You're like, we got to go risky, stay with our middle attack. Nice job getting the delivery.
Abby Williams has rejoined the rotation. Serve from Reese. Tight set. Mogridge can't handle it.
It's pretty impressive pass off that by Velez. Just go into the deep corner on the service pass and stick in the pass.
Set to Mogridge. Oh, terminal. Mogridge roaring to life in the middle in set number 4.
You know, you have outside hitters very calm out there for Georgia Tech, but Mogridge brings some fire to the court. Emiliano getting some energy going by setting her middle.
How much do you attribute Georgia Tech's turnaround in set 4 to the way they have targeted their middles, particularly Mogridge? And the hit parade continues for Larissa Mendez.
It takes so much pressure off your pin attack when you can get your middle going, because that holds the middle blocker. You see Mendez getting the one-on-one situation because as a blocker, you have to think Mogridge probably will get a set.
And the serve for Bertolino, teeing off for the ace.
Yeah, hands down. First ball contact is so much better. The pass game, service game for Georgia Tech, but Mendez, steady, so steady, and then energy. Mogridge wins the game by that motivation.
Well, that's just a widowmaker of a serve from Bertolino. Spray wide, yes. Right idea.
Right idea.
But Georgia Tech now has match point on the errant swing by Sharp. And Bertolino, the senior, with the chance to close things out and give Georgia Tech its first win of the season. Takes something off on that swing. Markham, Reese feeding Williams, and she penetrates the block for the point.
Williams was waiting for some type of pass to get a set opportunity. She knows she's confident in her offense, but overall, Georgia Tech stepped up every aspect of their game. Aggies holding on tight, showing a lot of depth.
And not a lot you can do when your opponent's hitting 5:56 in the set. Mogridge to finish it out. Georgia Tech was tested in that third set, but they put it away emphatically in the fourth. 3-1.